I filmed this many times already. Anyways, let me get to it. So yes, you have got me here in an uncompromised position. Lovely Shrek hoodie with my lovely wicked quilt. But yes, you've caught me in prime position. To set the scene, I've been working. It's currently Wednesday, hump day. True fact, right? I don't know if I'm the only person that thought this, but I actually thought the hump day was like a day where everyone just had sex. If hump day was the day where like I remember working, I think it was at a train company at the time, right? And they were all like, "Oh, it's hump day though," and I'm thinking, Brenda, are you seriously going home just to get pumped by your husband? Like, I thought it was a really dirty night of the week, and it turns out it's actually getting over the hump of the week. That's what it actually. But turns out that's what it actually is. So the purpose of the video is that I would like to do a kind of normal day in my life, like a kind of normal working day. And that is the plan. I think for the rest of the night, I am going to chill, watch some YouTube, and it would probably be a travel vlog, and that is what I've been kind of watching most of the time. But I've kind of exhausted the Orlando vlogs. It's not to say that I'm not enjoying them, because I am, but I'm going this year, and like, I need something to be surprised with when I go. So yeah, so I think we'll be maybe changing the lovely New York vlog tonight, which I also am probably going in this next year or so. So again, spoiling it for myself. But that brings me to my next topic. If you watched last week's video, you will know that I had kind of cock-teased you with a kind of mention of trips and this year's trips and things that I want to do. And I think I'm going to have that chat just now. So I've got a few trips on this year. The first trip that I've got is in March for my birthday. I'll be going to Romania. I'm going to Bucharest, and I'm very, 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 very excited. I think the vibe of that trip is going to be kind of, there likes to be a lot of good restaurants, good food, and I love the lore coming from Romania. Like, I love the folklore, the Vlad the Impaler stuff. I'm very, 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 very excited for that. And in July, I'm going to Tenerife, so I have family over in Tenerife. This is a big family holiday, massive family holiday. We've booked flights. I think there's going to be a bit more of a chill holiday, but I also think that I'm going to maximise my time there. And I've seen a few bits like touristy things like cable cars and obviously nightlife and that sort of thing. August time, I think myself and Gemma will probably go to London. I'm almost sure we're going. And I've also got tickets for Ariana Grande's first London night. I don't know how I managed that, so I'm going to be going to that. I'm buzzing for it. I love Ariana. As I mentioned, I am going to Orlando with Lauren, and it's 2 weeks, and it's the usual. It's the Disney's, the Universal. I've never ever been, so I'm buzzing to go, and I'm just very, very excited. I've wanted to go since I was a kid. There's talk of myself and my other friend Lauren going to Vienna at Christmas time, or around Christmas, or around Lauren's birthday, and then for my 30th, which is in a year and a bit, I think I'm going to go to New York, hopefully all being well. But yeah, random day in the week vibe, probably going to be very boring. However, this is my life, and if you don't want to join, all good. That's fine. There's probably not going to be much exciting within the video.
Da chamada, chamada na cena.
As you can see, because of lack of council funding, we have no lights where I need to walk, and because of lack of anything funding or stagecoach funding,
there are also no buses at this time, which you would think I was talking about like 5 o'clock in the morning, but I normally have to get up around 6:30 and leave by 7 o'clock. So this is at least like 7:10 by the time I'm walking down here in the year 2026. We have to have people walking down dark streets to get to where they need to be. And let me tell you, where I need to be is like the centre of the town. It's much cheaper to trot your wee trotters over to Switzerland to get a house deposit at the moment. That is a very, very, very sobering fact. I'll be honest, I think I've told you this before, but I work in the finance area. You kind of got to give a bit of yourself and more. Like, they just want even more. You know, you're working as a supervisor without being paid as a supervisor. I'm happy to do it to build up my CV, to do a bit more. However, I've done it. I've done my time. Before all this, I did tourism. I worked in a couple tourist attractions, tour companies, got free tours and worked in historic places and I absolutely loved it. So I'd be lying if I was to say there isn't a part of me that's tempted to go back to that. As you can see, we're in the very start of February, so it may look blue from the camera settings, I promise you it's much darker. You know, one of the funny things about the whole like bus situation, having commuted back and forth in the same route for now 2 years, you just like know certain characters. It's like a little bus family, or bus wankers. Lovely. My one lady has been my constant, like my 3 years lady. She has been, I think she must have been on long-term sickness at one point, to be honest with you. Because she wasn't there for a couple months, like, and then she just popped back up on the exact same routes. In my head, she's called Emma. We've got another pair, so got a guy around the same age as me, a little bit smelly sometimes, and he has a denim jacket which has holes all over it. He's wearing a groundhog cap too. And I don't know why, but in my mind he's Callum. And Callum travels with another girl, and they seem to work together, if not be together. I don't know. Anyways, in my head she's Shelby. So after the cocktail experience the other day, I watched Mean Girls. 10 out of 10. No notes. Absolutely no notes. And if anything, I feel now tempted to watch the movie musical. My mum and dad actually watched it and they were like PMSL. Actually, I feel like they would have thrived in this like early 2000s generation. They would have thriven. That's not a word. It was just ended the week perfectly. And the cocktails I would recommend. I'll be honest, maybe not every cocktail was to my taste. However, it was still a fun experience. But I would rate the whole overall experience, including the cocktails and stuff, an 8 out of 10. I thought it was very good. I'm currently listening to Wild Mountain Town by the Chieftains. Now, I know that's like a Scottish folk song. It's way older than them. However, it's actually one that back in like 2022 when I was going through a rough time, or the end of 22 and into 23, I remember just like listening to the song and being like, I was going to be very smutty and put a shot on of me eating my banana in like a suggestive manner, like a lot. However, it was I'm too fat, so I just ate it without even thinking.
We are approaching Holbeath Park and Ride.
I'm cutting dice. Look at these eyes. They're not here to please you. There was a time you could be mine before.
I will say, I normally wouldn't do this, so this is maybe a bit performative, which I've tried to stay away from when I'm making videos, so I'm always very honest about when it actually happens. But I've just come down to the Dunfermline Heritage Quarter. Like I say, normally wouldn't do this before work, but I just thought I'd show you. I never ever do this. I never film a day in my life, so let's show you where I'm based. So that is Dunfermline Abbey. and the nave is attached to it, I believe. Now, the abbey itself, I'm not sure how old it is, but I did look up something, and very interestingly enough, Dunfermline was the capital of Scotland from the 11th century until about the 15th century, I believe. There's a lot of history here and to do with Scotland. I think it was then after here that it then became Edinburgh was the capital, which is still is the case just now. We've also got the palace here. Now, as you can see, the palace is in definite ruins, and I don't know the backstory behind that, but she's definitely ruined. It's giving Bonnie Blue. She's ruined. So, interesting fact, Robert the Bruce is actually buried in there. She slays in there, and I believe his heart is buried in the Borders, and that's where he was actually from back in the day. Like, we're literally talking like 500 years ago. More? No, 700 years ago-ish. 700-ish. I'll see you later on. I'll probably pick you back up at lunchtime. I'm just on lunch. Very chaotic morning. Always busy. I made a mad dash to get my sandwich. We're going into the charity shop. I really kind of want to read the Dracula book by Bram Stoker because of the fact that obviously I'm going to Romania, so I would love to have a little look into like the folklore a little bit and know a little bit before I go. I'd also quite like to know what's real, what's not, and that sort of thing, but obviously I'm only going to find that out by reading the original book and watching the odd documentary about Vlad the Impaler. So just had a look at my first charity shop. These charity shops aren't up to much. I'm needing Dracula, please. Give me it now. Put here, please. In front of me, please. So I'm just headed back to work. No joy on the Dracula front. I have like everything but Dracula, and you know what? That may be a good sign. I feel like it's obviously such a good book that nobody wants to part with it, which is a good sign. I mean, I could listen to it on Spotify. However, I just zone out. At least then, if I put it on while I'm on the bus, I'm not going to focus on it. So anyways, but yes, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch. I've got about 45 minutes left, 50 minutes left. And I'm going to chill and think of nothing about work. So just to add to the boringness, I just had my lunch. I normally have a toastie with ham and spicy cheese. 3 slices of ham, 1 slice of cheese. Bing bang bosh. Bing bang bosh. Anyways, I'm drinking more water because I'm trying to sort out my skin, and I'm also trying to lose weight. Also, one of the things I'm very happy about is that most of the original cast of The Real Housewives of New York are coming together for the new show. I think it's gonna be like Golden Girls. Okay, it's giving Golden Girls vibes, but like Real Housewives of New York. Very excited. Definitely looking forward to the weekend. I don't think I've really got any plans. We want to release in Gemma and probably doing bits, but I'm very poor. Next month, I'm thinking about treating myself to a MacBook Pro. It's my birthday next month. So I'm going to level up. Let's level up. So hopefully all the videos should be 4K. Always 4K moving forward. The upload and the hard work and hard graft and faith, trust and pixie dust that you've actually got to put into trying to upload a video or edit a video is a nightmare. And there's no exaggerations. It's a nightmare trying to do this on like an iPad which has got limited storage. So I'm very excited. Today was another really tough day because every day at work is a tough day. And workload at the moment, and our workload at the moment is just unreal, like absolutely unreal. But I'm past the point of stress. I go home and I enjoy myself and I chill and I watch whatever bullshit I'm gonna watch on YouTube. Hello. Yeah, so that's me home. I had a Chinese for tea. Definitely shouldn't have. No, there's more to life than weight, and I'm well aware of this. Okay. Like at work, I get up really early and I come home
and I lie and I sit and I watch. I'm not motivated enough for that. However, when spring comes, I'm going to try and do more. I would like to take you hiking at some point. So I think that may be the plan. I think we can maybe go hiking. Maybe, I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it's warm enough. Currently at the very beginning of February. So we shall see how I get on. We will see how that looks, how it feels in terms of warmth, temperature, rain, that whole thing. So, anyways, I think that's probably going to be one of my next videos. I'll speak to you later on. I'm going to go and chill and act like I have absolutely no problems in my life just now. If I had the money to do so, as mentioned in last week's video, I probably would buy a Euro Millions ticket or a lottery ticket and spend my night being delusional and going on to Rightmove and checking out potential properties I will be buying when I win the Euro Millions. That was a new song. And take it easy. And remember, don't take life too seriously. Anyways, I'll speak to you later. Bye.